Let me tell you, if there is something that they should absolutely bring back from the good old days, it's the Ninja Turtles. And guess what? They're absolutely doing it. Now on this channel, I'm gonna show you and talk about every single Ninja Turtles game that was ever made, because of course, I have them all. But today's video is about these bad boys. So I'm really impressed with these. I think they look amazing. They were a little pricey, of course. It's $149 plus taxes, but to be honest, the fact that you get 4 turtles, this means that you're basically paying something like not even 40 bucks a turtle, which to me, considering the quality of what we've been given here, is absolutely worth it if you're into both NECA figures in general or just collecting anything Ninja Turtles related. This one specifically is the TMNT NECA Jim Lawson style Mirage Ninja Turtles 4-pack. The Ninja Turtles look absolutely amazing, kind of beefy. The colors are bright. I don't know if I'm using the correct term here, but don't they look a little bit as if they were like cel shaded? Like literally coming out of a comic book. Now, I love the vibrant but matte color, the level of details, the black paint application in cross action is absolutely gorgeous. They come with some accessories, not a lot, but to be honest, plenty, if you ask me. Even the plastic, that to the touch, it feels like quality. It's a little bit of a soft, rubbery feel, and I absolutely love it. Talking about the box, one of the great advantages of NECA products is the flap. So as you can tell, you can basically look at the product before buying them, and also it's pretty cool for display in case you want to keep them in box, which is not, of course, what I'm doing, but I understand a lot of people like doing that, so if you want to do that, you can still sort of display them if you will, even though you keep them in the box. Now, given, if differently from me, you don't have an academic degree in Ninja Turtles, you might be asking yourself, wait a second, why are they all Raphael? Well, let me explain. Alright, so initially, all Ninja Turtles were red. I know, what a shocker. And when I say initially, I mean in the comic books. The 4 different colors that we are used to are actually a cartoon adaptation change, and one change the creator of the Ninja Turtles wasn't actually very happy with. In his own words, he would have just left them all red. But of course the change was done in order to make it easier on kids so that children could tell them apart more easily, I suppose. But they are all red here because they are based on the comics. If they're all red, how do you tell them apart? Well, of course, the weapon, you silly. Well, yeah, but check this out. This is obviously Leonardo because you can see he's got back scabbards for his, traditionally I think they're supposed to be katana, but honestly they look more like ninja to me. But anyways, his swords. You can easily see who Donatello is because in the back he's got a little loop where you're supposed to store his bow, so his staff. And besides, you can tell he's the calmer one. You can recognize his head. That's absolutely Donatello. Now I know what you're thinking. Which one is Mikey and which one is Raph? And yeah, there is a way to know. There's a way to know. Check this out. Okay, when it comes to Raph and Mikey, the situation is kind of complicated because they look just the same. Their weapons are supposed to be stored on the sides of the front of the belt, so they look identical. The only difference is that one has got this kind of a sort of smile to him, and the other one has this more intense look to his face. Now, if you were to ask me, well, the one with the smile is clearly Mikey because he's the funny one, and Raph instead is the badass one, particularly in the comics where he's really violent, differently from the cartoon where he becomes a little bit more of a jokester, but this is based on the comics again, so definitely this one is Raph, like the cool looking one is Raph. But if you look at the box, well, the way they're packaged, the one with the smile is packaged with the sai, which is obviously Raph's weapon, and the one with the cool looking face is instead packaged with the nunchaku, so in theory you're gonna think, oh well, of course that's Mikey. And in confirmation of this, if you turn around the box and you look at the actual photography, they give the sai to the one with the smile. So, you know, at first this kind of upset me a little bit because I'm like, well, first of all, Raph is my favorite and this is not like him. This is not supposed to, it shouldn't be Raph. But I was like, yeah, maybe I'm just wrong. But no, I was actually right. And NECA team, the photography team at least, and the people that manage packaging, they are wrong. Because, check this one out. If you remove the head of the turtles, each head has an initial. L for Leonardo, D for Donatello, of course, M for Mikey, and R for Raph. And yes, the face with a smile has an M, whereas the face with the cool looking, intense look instead has an R. So I am right, and they are wrong. Oh gosh. You're welcome for the detective work. If you're like me and you like 80s, 90s, retro, the good old times, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Come on, click the button now. The artwork on the box is absolutely gorgeous. You see lots, the Ninja Turtles fighting. I believe they're supposed to be Shredder's clones or something like that. I was actually quite surprised that Donatello is in the front. I would have imagined either Raffaello or Leonardo. Donatello is more of a, usually is in the back, but not on this art side. But yeah, I don't mind. I think it looks really nice. We've got a couple of halftone overlays on the sides. The quality of the product is absolutely spectacular. Perhaps Neca photography team, next time just freaking get the turtles right, mate. Do you prefer the red traditional comic style Ninja Turtles, or do you like it more when they have the 4 colors? Well, of course, let me know in the comments below. Now, when it comes to articulation, the sculpts are absolutely fantastic. You get a lot of articulation, and even though the plastics look really sturdy, at first I thought, oh, this is gonna have, I'm gonna have to warm it up, heat it up a bit, but actually didn't need to. You just need to put a little strength. I'm a little bit of a coward when it comes to figures because I don't want to break them, so I see people handling them in a much rougher way than the way I do. But yes, you can do a lot of articulation, a lot of movement, rotation of the arms. As you can see, I could manage to do some really dynamic poses. Both legs are attached to round pins, just like the arms, as usual for Neca action figures, and therefore you get a lot of movement, and to the point that because the lower part of the body actually is made of a little bit of a more soft rubber than the rest, what this means is that you can get some pretty decent kicks. Like, you can go full on Taekwondo style with these Ninja Turtles if you want. And when it comes to accessories, you get a costume for Raphael. I don't think I'm gonna use this because I like them to look all like similar and whatnot, but yeah, I understand why people might like that, to maybe swap it occasionally just to create different dioramas, if you will. But yeah, you get that, and you get an extra arm again for Raphael in case you want to give him the little disguise, so to speak. You've got different hand options, but it does come with gripping hands, so if you just want to give them weapons, then you don't really even need to swap them at all, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave the regular hands that are the default. Anyways, I've got to say, absolutely fantastic. I love it's an incredible rendition. I think they did a spectacular work, and I'm looking forward to get more Neca figures of this new series, and hopefully make more videos if you like this kind of work. Thank you very much for watching, of course, and I will see you very soon on this channel. Goodbye.